Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Today we are going to be doing an MPG run with my 2024 Chevy Silverado 3500. Now this does have the L8T gas engine too, so anyone out there who wants to make a jump from the diesel, this will be a good video for you. So I'm actually headed to a gas station right now. It is a truck stop. Now if you have a diesel, you're in luck. You get to go on the diesel side and fill up, and let's just face it, it's going to be a lot easier. However, because I said this is a gas truck, I got to go to the gas side. Let's see how this works out for me. Got to make a right turn here. Gas station is right there. I'm going to a Flying J's because it's right off of the interstate and it's just a little bit more convenient for me. But let's see, you know, they do, you know what, I do remember, they do have a place on the left side here where you can fill up at, right? But because this is a test, we're not going to use that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to pull up over here. Let's see if I can get around this car. Oh man, see, this is where owning a gas truck is a nuisance. Uh-oh, can I make it? I can make it. I got it. I got this ship. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna flip around this way. And we're gonna fill up right here. Ah, we're good. Anxiety is going down little by little. So here's the negative, obviously. I am going to be blocking, you know, one of the gas pumps here, but it is what it is. See, it wasn't that hard to get in here. Perfect setup. What's not perfect is how much I had to pay for gas. I want to say I spent $156 last week filling this up. Now, keep in mind, that fill up is with me going up a 6% grade. So yeah, I could actually get the fuel economy for that actually. Let's do that real quickly. So that's 203. I believe I reset this last time I got fuel. So let's do 203. Divide it into, what was it again? It was 21.08. So 9.6, 9.5. Now that was with me towing, and that's probably 120, 130 miles unloaded, and the rest of that was towing. So it's almost accurate. So a little bit better than the computer. So yeah, filling up with a gas truck is not as easy, and you might get lucky sometimes, because that gas station had a place for RVers. So if you have a gas RV, like a Class C or Class A, whatever, or obviously a fifth wheel, it's easy to pull up to it and then get gas, and you can just turn out on the right side of the parking lot and get back to the highway. So it's pretty easy to get in and get out, basically. But you're not always going to get that. So I already set the fuel economy, and so far I got 6 MPG going 2.3 miles. So we're gonna go a little bit today. I'm gonna try to get some good miles in on this computer, and yeah, we'll see how it does. Now I am gonna make a pit stop in Draper because I want to get some videos in before I go home. But I won't drive the truck. I'll leave it hooked up to the trailer, go get some videos done, and then we'll reconvene the trip. So there you go. But in the last video, I had said this, when you're going 75 miles an hour, this truck handles flawlessly. And all day long today, it's been great. So it's 88 degrees right now. The transmission temperature, let me flip camera so you guys can see where we are. Surprising enough, this truck does not go into 10th gear. I don't even think it goes into 9th gear. Let's see. A 7th right there. 7th. I think that's 8th. So I don't think it goes into 9th or 10th gear when you have tow haul mode on, because it runs around 2,000 RPMs, and I want to say it's probably like around 1,500 RPMs when you're unloaded and just cruising like at like 65 miles an hour. But transmission's at 192. You got to go back and watch the last video I did to see how hot I got the transmission. It was super hot. I want to say when you're unloaded, it's about 150 in that ballpark, 160 maybe. But yeah, so far 7 MPG. And one thing I love is this. So I set this up earlier this morning before I left the house, and yeah, you have your navigation, all your crucial information, and the temperatures. Who doesn't love that? Now on the driver's side, the temperatures are a little bit warmer because the sun is over here. That's how you know it's accurate. I love that. So when those tires are getting hit by that sun, they're going to be a little bit warmer. But yeah, the tire pressure was at 80 psi before I left. Got that all set up. I got my cool seats on. It's a good day. It's a good day. The only thing that you have to get used to is how loud the gas engine is, because you don't have that forced induction. You don't get up to speed as fast, which means you hear that high revving gas engine a lot longer than you want to. And the other good thing about diesels are they don't RPM as much. I mean, this thing RPMs about 5,500 RPMs. So when you're sitting at 5,000 RPMs going up a steep grade, it does get annoying. Now, obviously, you can back off a little bit, but you know, you don't want to lose a lot of speed, because you can really start to, you know, mess up truck drivers too. So it's something to consider. That's what I like about diesels. I mean, the diesel would have got me up to about 65, 70 miles an hour versus this one. It did not get up past 50. So it's just something to consider. Well, we should be at our destination in about 8 minutes. And like I said, I'll reconvene the test on the way home. So we'll do a little bit of city driving, and I'll park this, and then we'll keep going. So I just stopped. Not too shabby, by the way. 8.3, 12.7 miles driven. Like I said, I'm gonna go do some videos here, and then we'll reconvene this test. And just like that, I am done getting some videos. Now I'm gonna start heading back to where I live, and we're gonna see how this bad boy is gonna do for fuel economy. So this will probably be another 15 minutes on the highway, and then we'll jump off, and then we'll be doing some back road driving. But let's go ahead and do a 0 to 60 run now. Here we go. That was about 5 seconds more to 60 versus the 9,000 pound race trailer I have. So yeah, that's how much of a difference, you know, was that 4,000 more pounds is. So I would say that was okay. That wasn't that great for the 0 to 60. I think the dually might have done it below 20 seconds. I'd have to go back and look at that. But I mean, hey, no forced induction, no $10,000 premium for an engine. And the oil changes, granted you have to do them a little bit sooner, they're not as expensive, they don't take as much oil. But like I said earlier in the video, once you get up to speed, all you have to do, especially if there's not a lot of cars on the road, is just drop it into the adaptive cruise control and let the truck do the rest. Like, this is a really comfortable truck. Now you will have to deal with this screaming engine every once in a while. Like when you're going up a grade, it's gonna scream at you. But the 10-speed is amazing. I don't know why GM did not add an additional 20 horsepower, 30 more pound-feet of torque. I think that this truck would be a little bit more efficient with the power delivery. It just needs a little bit more power, and because I'm so high above elevation, that doesn't help. I feel like there just needs to be a little bit more power in every gear. Just to give you perspective of grades, like this is probably like a 3% grade. And when you double that grade, it literally will not accelerate past 50 miles an hour. Now granted, I was already going about 63 miles an hour, but I got up to 70 miles an hour really easy. Like I'm gonna let it drop back down a little bit here. Let me just let it coast a little bit. We're going up a little bit of a grade. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit the cruise control. Did you guys see the steps? For the transmission shifts, really good. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show you guys. I mean, we're going up a really steep grade right now. I'm just gonna feather the pedal as we go up this, and then I'll let it coast all the way down. Coasting down is probably about 3 miles or so, so I'll pick up some of that MPG that I lost. But right now we're at 6.4 MPG. Something that would be nice to have as an option if you're building a truck from the factory for the gas trucks is a brake upgrade. GM is pretty good with, you know, the accessories that they allow you to have. Like if you get a half ton, they do allow you to have a big brake kit. And I think you can even get it on like a Tahoe, which is really cool. No other manufacturer that I know of does that, unless it's like a high performance SUV. But if you're just getting a regular Silverado, you can get that big brake kit, which would come in handy for something like this. And it doesn't have to be like red calipers. I'm not looking for something like that, but just something maybe with some cross and drilled rotors, something a little bit more beefed up maybe. Even if it's like a $3,000 or $4,000 option, I think that giving you more of that confidence that you need, especially that you don't have that exhaust brake, it'd be nice to see them maybe do a brake upgrade for these gas trucks. I mean, for the diesels, I don't think you would need that. But if there was a box to check for bigger brakes, better cooling, I would have definitely checked that box. Even if it was carbon ceramic brakes at 10 grand, I probably would have been like, well, I'm not getting a diesel. I'm just kidding. If it was like maybe half of that, I might have considered it. But yeah, I mean, a $3,000 brake upgrade for cooling and, you know, who knows, maybe, you know, stainless steel lines, just something a little bit better. It'd be kind of cool for the manufacturer to do something like that. But we're almost about to get off the interstate. I got like another 5 more miles to go, and then I'll show you guys where we are. And probably from there, we got like another 20 more minutes to drive, I would say. We're getting off the interstate now. Transmission's at 192 degrees. Check this out. I know I've shown this to you guys before, but this is what makes the GM trucks so nice to tow with. On the other side, and then here's the fuel economy. We're at 7 MPG, which is really good, by the way. Now, I did not use cruise control for that last leg because I wanted to be fair, because I did a little bit of wide open throttle just to show you guys, you know, some of the acceleration. But with that being said, this truck does not really shift into 9th and 10th gear. It hangs out in about 8th gear. And I'm willing to bet you it's because this truck doesn't have a lot of power in those gears. So it needs to be in that 7th, 8th gear to really have enough power to really get this truck to start climbing these grades. Now granted, obviously I know that it would need more than 20-30 more horsepower for it to really be effective. But you know, just going up small little grades, you can really tell this truck is, it's not struggling, but it needs a lower gear. And I can't wait to have a chance to tow with a 7.3 in the future. If mine ever gets built, I will buy it. I mean, I think at this point, you know, if I had like another 90 days with this truck, maybe I'll just trade this one in, unless I can, you know, swing it with keeping all 3. But yeah, I really think that the 7.3 just has better power delivery on the top of the gears. I feel like it hangs out more in that 9th and 10th gear when you're just cruising. But this truck, even at 70 miles an hour on flat roads, it's like in 9th, 8th gear. Here's a good look at the mirrors too. Pretty good visibility around the trailer. And I love the power functions you get, you know, being able to push these out. Because sometimes I forget. Whenever I get in my truck, when I'm about to tow my trailer, this is like the last thing that I think about. And while I'm going down the road, it's nice to be able to just push them out and not have to worry about it. 30% throttle here. I'm hanging around about 50 miles an hour here. Yeah, I'm hitting every single light too. That's what sucks is, you know, whenever I've come this way in the past, it seems like I can go through every light, but yeah, this is what's gonna hurt the fuel economy. And this is a good test. I mean, this is a good testament to doing these tests is, hey, like I was on the highway for probably about 18 miles, and the rest of this is gonna be, you know, in the city. Actually, probably more than 18 miles, probably more like 20 miles, because then I was driving in the city where I stopped at too. And that's with the 0 to 60, keep that in mind too. We just pulled into the gas station, 6.7 MPG. Unfortunately on this trip, we got a lot of stop and go. Like I probably hit like 8 or 9 lights. I should have went the other way because normally at this time, the lights don't change as much, but I hit every single light. So what I'll do is in the future, hopefully we can go on a nice long camping trip, maybe 2-3 hours away. And that'll be a good testament to like the fuel economy, like consistently going. I think this truck can probably get close to 8 MPG. And if it does, that's like in diesel territory. So it's saying we burnt 5.893 gallons. And we drove 43.4 miles. So that ain't too bad. So here we go. I gotta top off one last time. So 6.475. 6.475. Okay, so hey, 6.7 is pretty much spot on. Spot on, guys. That was with some stops, 0 to 60. I mean, I probably stopped at, on this whole trip, probably 14 lights. At least 14 lights. So I would venture to say 6.7 is pretty dang good. Wow. So there you have it.